Welcome to a new Draw My Life video.
Jason Voorhees is the main villain in the Friday the 13th saga. 12 installments so far, it is one of the most famous horror series of all times. The first movie was released in 1980. Son of Elias and Pamela Voorhees, he was born on June 13, 1946 and was raised by his mom. When he was 11, he went to the Crystal Lake camp located in the Massachusetts and New York area, where his mom worked as a cook. Jason suffered from bullying constantly. Other boys would make fun of his mental disabilities due to his hydrocephalus. They hurt him both physically and mentally. This bullying was so intense that they chased Jason until the lake once. Unluckily, he fell in the water, and since he couldn't swim, he drowned. The camp carers weren't paying attention and ignored Jason's cries for help. They were more into their parties than into doing their job. Jason's mom decided to take revenge, starting the Crystal Lake Massacre, later on known as Camp Blood. Pamela Voorhees is killed by the only survivor of the camp massacre. Jason, who had actually survived and hidden in the forest, sees her mother's death and goes crazy. Since that moment, he swears he will complete his mom's revenge and kill anyone who would dare to enter Crystal Lake. 5 years later, a man decides not to listen to the warnings and opens a new training camp for young people looking for a summer job as counselors. At that point, the rumor that Jason had been seen alive in the surroundings and had attacked people to survive was spread. Again, a man covering his face with a pillowcase enters the camp and kills all the students one by one without any pity or compassion. From that moment on, Jason will cover his face with an ice hockey mask. As weapons, he has used everything: knives, harpoons, axes. But his main weapon is his machete. Nobody can escape it. In 2003, a crossover with the saga Nightmare in Elm Street was made, mixing Jason with the villain Freddy Krueger. This movie is the closure of both original sagas. However, in 2009, they released a reboot of the franchise, respecting the original movie and advancing from it. Jason's character was only supposed to be on the first Friday the 13th. The idea was to start in a franchise with a different villain each time. But the plan changed after the movie's great success, and Voorhees became the recurrent villain. Throughout the years, Jason has gone through several transformations, from a deformed assassin to a zombie with a superhuman strength. He has even been frozen cryogenically and has woken up 400 years later in a spaceship. There is also a TV series from the late 80s, several video games, and some comics. There is no doubt that Jason hasn't accomplished his revenge yet, and his thirst for blood hasn't been satisfied. Be careful if you go camping. His whisper is the last thing you hear before dying.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode.